to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms and just making sense of things. I'm coming to you with just a quick episode, because I've been getting a lot of emotional emails and people are writing chapters. I don't read chapters. My brain can't take it in, beloved. So don't be sending me 5 pages of an email. I mean, I feel the energy, but I literally, my body can't take it right now. And I'm really surprised that you even have the energy to do that. But anyway, thank you so much for getting in touch. If you have something you'd like to say, Dr. Mumbi at drmumbishow.com is a place where you can find me. And shout out to our special Patreon family and everyone that donates through PayPal. We appreciate, love you so much. I said a couple of days ago, and I've said in a couple of shows, you need to put aside the 10 commandments. And a lot of people have gotten emotional and they've said, no, Yah gave us the 10 commandments, blah, 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 they're not man-made. What I'm saying is, beloveds, please listen. The 10 commandments are too basic. It's like general knowledge. And in them is the great spin that kind of entraps you. But the first thing is the 10 commandments are literally too basic. It's a part of your conscience. It's part of what you come in with already. And we were much deeper. I mean, if you're going to follow any commandments, then find the 47 laws of Ma'at or 70s, however many. Try and go deeper with that. There's even those negative declarations that you can make from Ma'at. I think they're 43, where you can say, I have not, done this. I have not done that. That's more powerful than this. Because I even had to go. I didn't forget what the 10 commandments was. I had to go and just, refresh myself. And I was like, oh my God, I used to actually think, first of all, how many even people, you shall not murder. It's already in our DNA. There's already, karma is already logged in, beloveds. What goes around comes around. And that is even a principle, that falls into one of these 7, at least start with the 7 principles of the universe. And then the thing is, you shall have no other gods than me. That's why they mash you up. Because it's not about having gods. But the Bible has 2 different gods, the Old Testament God and the New Testament God. If you look at their characters, they're totally different. And when someone says, thou shalt have no other God than me, then that means you're bowing and you're giving everything to that entity. Do you even understand what that God is? Have you looked deep? Because a God so mighty should be strong enough where you can dig deep and ask and figure out the origins. And if you know it, great. And if the 10 commandments are fine for you, great, beloveds, then don't even waste your time on my channel. Seriously, everyone needs to find their community, their tribe, their teacher, their whatever works for you. Those are the seasons and times that we're in. But for me, when I look at the 10 commandments, honor your mother and father, these are pathetic, beloveds. They're so low. These are things for children. Not even children. These are things for lesser beings, beloveds. Beings that are being civilized. We are the highest spiritually. We're such deeply spiritual beings, which is why we've gotten ourselves in this quagmire to begin with as a collective. We don't need to be, made spiritual. That's the greatest lie you've been told. You already are. You're already a son and a daughter of the great source. You have great power within you. You also have a balance within you. You also have a voice of wisdom and a voice of reason within you. So when these things, beloveds, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. And then most people actually think the Sabbath is Sunday, which is You see, I mean, so is this really working for your life? Do you really feel that these things give you the necessary tools to know what the world is really about? Does it really help you out? If it does, great. Then that means you're on that level and you just do you, beloved. No hard feelings. But for us, for some of us, this is not enough. For some of us with the kind of spiritual powers and capabilities, and I'll definitely do a show on how to know if you're called, etc., etc. There are videos out there, but I'll definitely do one. For us, this is not enough. Thou shalt not commit murder. Thou shalt not. I mean, those are really low level spiritual principles, beloveds. For some of us who have come to be the game changers in this generation, we need to overstand the law of mentalism. Everything is mental. Whatever I put in this brain and convince myself is real, by connecting my faith and emotion to it, becomes real. The law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. As without, so within. So how I am on my inside affects my reality on the outside. Just as my reality on the outside and all the good or bad that I take in physically, either through food or through words, all of that I take in affects my insides. And so you have to get that correspondence right. I don't see that in the Ten Commandments anywhere. I've heard as above, so below in the scriptures somewhere. The law of vibration, everything is always moving, constant. These are deeper, beloveds. If you and we must, at such a time as this, go deeper. You should have graduated from the Ten Commandments. If you're on this show, let me even just say, this is like an advanced class, beloved. So if you're still on the Ten Commandments, and you see the way people are responding and are triggered, it's like you have to really now look into your own mind and look at what are my triggers? What are the programs that have been put in me? Because people are like, 10 Commandments or this, 10 Commandments. But do you even know what the 10 Commandments are? Are you actively using them in your life? You see, these are programs that have been put to create confusion and obscurity. And then you're signing away your power, because the very first commandment is, you shall have no other gods but me. There are no gods. It's just the Most High reality, the Most High love, the Most High thinking, the highest level of yourself, the highest reality, where all creation comes from. That's what we should aspire to. That's what we should be chanting for. The highest, the Most High. Anyway, I mean, I could literally give like a freaking sermon on each of these 10 commandments. But beloveds, please, for your own sake, really start to listen. Don't get emotional. Don't be triggered, because that's the trap they've put for you. Is that in the seasons of the end, they have set you up to reject and even fight the truth. They got you psychologically, beloveds. Many. But many were, we're on the same page, we're awakened, we're doing our thing. But for many of you who are just now starting to awaken and come out of the maze, the mental maze they put you in, everything they've created so many back doors in your mind that everything, you hear words, no, 10 commandments, you can't touch them, and then you go into, but were you there when Moses wrote them down? Did they come from Kemet? You've been told, Kemet, that your descendants were fallen angels. Are they? I mean, these are the things, beloveds, that we need to really put aside. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Africa.
Welcome back, beloveds, to the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really just wanted to address this thing because I seem to have touched a live wire by saying put aside the Ten Commandments. And I'm hoping, and the reason is, it's not that I'm telling you to forget them. I'm saying you should be above them. You should be above them, beloveds. And if these are the things that you've had in your subconscious governing you because of they control you, then you really need to think. And I think this should be a sign, beloveds, of how important it is to do some like a self audit, especially of your mental thoughts. Like, what are you believing? What's at the foundation, operating behind the scenes on a subconscious level that is influencing your life, but that you just set that program. And because like, our mind is almost like a computer, let me say. And then the way the computer works is we used to come in with our own like software, you know what I mean? But by the time so as a child, you come in with your own software, your own, different programs, etc., that will help you achieve your destiny here on earth. But at some time, at some point, especially with this new system, we're taken into the education system, and we are deprogrammed of our natural spirituality, our natural conscience. We're taken into religion, and we're deprogrammed of our natural spiritual inheritance because we are a highly spiritual people. And then we're reprogrammed with a very, very, very low vibrational spiritual school of thought that will keep us enslaved in a prison planet, because the only limit is the limit around your mind. The limit you place on yourself is the limit that reality is in. And we find that, so by the time, and now they're getting you younger and younger and younger with preschool and everything. So you come in with all these capabilities. And if you were just you see, the way we taught in the African culture is they knew, the great souls that were coming in, and they would, they would mentor, they would kind of, you'd grow in your giftings. You'd grow in your natural understanding and overstanding. But here they tell you, first religion. First they put water on you and baptize you. That already just mashes you up. I'll talk about baptism and what it actually means one day. But, so then they start indoctrinating you. You only have one God, but you don't even know who this God is. The Bible is your rule book, but many have not even read the Bible from cover to cover, even those that you're following. And then, then education comes in and totally reprograms you and handicaps you. Because it is only a handicapped people that would accept such commandments that are so basic and actually cling to them like their life depends on it. So by the time you become an adult and you graduate, beloveds, you've been handicapped to only survive within the system that they've taught you. And they've created so many side doors and traps, and so that and the trap is fear. Because if someone presents an alternative information to you, an alternative view of spirituality, the first thing you do is buckle up. Because they've told you you'll go to hell. Hell is where we're at right now, beloveds. And heaven is a state of mind. Both of them are here. Their reality's here. Hell is freezing cold, beloveds. Heaven is the sun. Don't let them lie to you. The burning fires of them. Seriously. It's about that time, beloveds. It's about that time. And each and every one of us has to find our own way. But I want to really encourage you, for the sake of your bloodline, to be brave enough to seek the truth and the whole truth and the real truth for yourself. Even if you're afraid. That Bible has already put you in hell right now, beloveds. The poor and the meek shall inherit the earth, while your pastor's bawling out of control. And I don't want to, this is not a bashing religion, but all I'm saying is, beloveds, don't allow the programming from your childhood to still be dictating your free adult life. And the Ten Commandments, okay. They have a point. I mean, I could, as I said, I could do a sermon on all of them. I don't agree with this, okay, you shall have no other gods before me, all right. But which God are you? Because the God of the Bible, there's several, and you see it. Yahweh, I don't know who, I don't know, Jehovah, I don't know who, but you shall not make idols. Okay, I kind of agree with that. Because you are the supreme, you are the highest on this earth plane. But because of your thinking, you've been turned into the lowest. So the 10 Commandments, if they have value for you, follow them. But I'm really hoping that some of you are ready to graduate from that and go deeper into the science of how this world works so you can at least do something with your life. Don't allow them to make you infantile. And I'm not knocking them. I'm saying you're above them. Don't allow them to handicap your brain, because what they've done is they've kept many in a childlike state because of education and religion. They've literally taken your power of rational thinking away from you and given you a religious psychosis. I'm even afraid to say, let me know what you think in the comments below, but I'll find you there. Until next time, Tuko pamoja.